So I picked up this vehicle from detailing, and when I was heading back, I noticed the engine was shaking. Ran the codes, and apparently there was a misfire. So in order to change the spark plugs on this Mazda CX-7, you're going to go ahead and take off this engine cover here. You're going to go ahead and use a 10mm to unscrew the two bolts towards the front of the engine, holding the plastic cover. Next up, you're going to grab a 12mm socket and unscrew two bolts that are going to be towards the front of the engine and one towards the rear left side. The nut on the back side of the engine is going to be hard to access. A socket wouldn't be able to fit there, so what I used is a 12mm wrench. I loosened it up and went ahead and used my fingers to take it off fully. Next step would be to grab a 10mm with an extension and go ahead and loosen the clamp that is located on the back that's holding the rubber hose. To remove the hose from the metal intercooler thing, all you have to do is basically lift it up and yank it out of the way carefully. You're going to go ahead and grab your 10mm again and loosen up another clamp that is located closer to the front of the vehicle. Loosen that up as well. Go ahead and grab some big pliers, and you're going to clamp down a clamp that's holding a hose and just move it aside. And be careful and don't drop any clamps into the engine bay like I did. Grab your pliers again and remove a smaller clamp holding the thermostat hose. After you remove the hose, you can easily just grab the whole thing, lift it up, set it aside. Your next step would be to take out the 4 sensors. There's going to be a tab. You're going to press it down and slide the sensor out. You're going to see 4 8mm bolts. Go ahead and remove those. Those are going to be holding the ignition coils in place. Once all 4 8mm bolts are out, you can go ahead and pull out the ignition coil with your hands, and that will expose the spark plug. Go ahead and grab your spark plug attachment, loosen the spark plug up. I went ahead and used an electrical drill to make my life a little easier. When tightening the spark plugs back up, it is important not to over tighten, because if you ruin the tread on this, it's going to be a pain to remove and replace. As I already mentioned, the reason for replacing the spark plugs was because my engine was not working properly. I was having a misfire, which made my engine rattle. I had reduced power, so changing these spark plugs out made my engine run a lot better, more powerful, and honestly just faster. Once all spark plugs are replaced, go ahead and push the coil packs back in and tighten the 4 8mm bolts back in place. Connect the sensors and you're all set to go. Putting everything back together is simple. We're going to reverse all the steps. First thing first, I connected both the rubber hoses into their place and tightened up the metal clamps. After putting both metal clamps back, I went ahead and tightened the three 12mm bolts holding the little intercooler. Go ahead and put the plastic piece back on, tighten it up with two 10mm bolts. And go ahead and throw your engine cover back on. Check engine light is still on, but I'm going to go ahead and remove that with my scanner later on in the day. Thank you for watching, and if you found the video helpful, like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Enjoy.